All right, hello you financial gurus. All right, so for financial literature, we're going to talk about student loans. So I know we just did a unit on student loans, but now we're going to talk about how to calculate the interest due in various student loan situations. So I have posted some notes in Google Classroom for April 1st. This is the first part. We'll cover the other part together when we're in class. So we're going to talk about this. These are the standards that we're covering. All right. So most of this stuff is going to be review. We already know what direct subsidized and unsubsidized means, federal plus. So we did all of that learning in Unit 2 on student loans. So this is how that applies to what we're learning in Unit 3 for our credit. So most of us know this already. You can go ahead and hit pause and read through this. I won't bore you by reading it. Again, there are other options for after high school. Not everyone needs to go to college. I don't know if you know this about me, but I did not go to college directly after high school. I graduated and I entered the workforce almost immediately. I was working retail full-time, and then I bounced around from different careers. I worked for warehouses. I became an assistant. I was a receptionist for a good long time. Then I became an account executive. I also ran a customer service department for an industrial laundry company. So I did lots of different things before I went to college and decided to be a teacher. All right, so when we talk about direct subsidized, this is just a quick recap. When we talk about subsidized, we are talking about how that there's no payment due required on the loan while you're in school, and then there's a 6-month grace period. We've talked about that. And it says right here that the U.S. Department of Education pays the interest while you're attending school. So when it's subsidized, you are not paying interest at all during the time you're in school. Your interest doesn't start until your 6-month grace period is over. So day one, when you start owing money, that's when it starts accruing interest. Unsubsidized are the same kind of thing, where you don't have to make payments during the time you're in school, and you do have a 6-month grace period. The difference is that you are starting to accrue interest from that very beginning. So as soon as the loan is issued, it is starting to earn interest on it. So that's going to help us answer these questions. A federal loan the plus loan is for parents, and the Perkins loan is people. So I actually qualified for a Perkins loan because I was a full-time stay-at-home mom when I started going to school. So my school issued it to me, and that was something that I heard. But I also had to pay interest on it. Again, I didn't have to pay during the time while I was in school, but I do still pay on it, and I earned interest from the beginning. All right, so I want you to go ahead and read through this. This is just going to talk about federal and private. All right, our first example. So as an incoming freshman, Ariana receives a 10-year, $9,100 federal direct unsubsidized loan with an interest rate of 4.29%. She knows that she can begin making loan payments 6 months after graduation, but the interest is going to start accruing from the moment the funds are credited to her account. How much of the interest will accrue while she's still in school and over that 6-month grace period for her freshman year loan? So we have to figure out how much interest she's going to earn. And she's a freshman, so she's going to have 4 years of college plus the 6-month grace period. So again, this is just a quick thing. We're going to use that simple interest formula. This should be in your notes as well. So then we have our P is 91. Our rate is, remember, this is the number one thing that's missed on people's tests, is that we're not converting that rate into that percentage into a decimal. So we need to make sure that we're doing that. We enter that in, and it looks like she is going to have $1,756.76 just in interest during that time. So the new sum of the loan, so she's going to add all of that to the original. So that's what you want to do. Make sure you hit pause if I'm going too quickly. So example 2, Ariana can elect to defer all of her payments for the 4.5-year period. Her loan balance would then be the sum of the amount borrowed and the interest accrued over the 4.5-year period, non-payment period. Determine the interest that she would pay on that loan. So then we're going to take that original amount from the previous slide. We're going to use that monthly payment formula that we have already talked about. We've done some practice, but now we're doing it with student loans. Again, you could enter it in this way, or so we have our total payments, which is $1,142 times 120, and we have $13,370.40. Crazy. So that $9,100 loan is now is what she will be paying if she doesn't make any payments while she's in school. So the interest is going to be $4,270.40. All right, so Ariana, oh shoot, you know what? I will come back to this and we'll finish it after school today. Okay, I am back. Sorry about that. It is after school now, and I'll move that out of the way. Okay, so we are talking about her deferring all of her payments during her 4.5. Did we already do this? Determine the interest she'll pay on the loan. Let's see. Yes, we did figure this out. All right, so if you didn't get that in your notes, go ahead and hit pause and get that in your notes. All right, so here we were. This is where we were. So we are doing a subsidized loan. How much interest would she owe? It would be $0, because remember, subsidized, the government covers the interest during that time. The interest doesn't start until after the grace period. Okay, so for example 4, Ariana's taking a 10-year, $9,100 federal direct unsubsidized loan with an interest rate of 4.29%. But she only paid the interest during her 4 years in school and that 6-month grace period. So let's talk about what she owes. So if we figure that out, so with the interest paid, she only still has to worry about when she graduates the $9,100 because she already paid it. So she's going to get her monthly payment formula out, and she's going to owe $93.39. She's going to make a total, it's 120 months for 10 years, so she's going to pay that. So she only pays $2,106.80 in interest. Isn't that nice? All right. And actually, if you add that to what she paid while she was in school, it'd be $12,000. Total would be $12,000, which is a lot less than what it would have been had she just waited. So that's a really nice thing. All right, so example 5, we're going to pay only our interest each month, and it's due the first of the month. So if you use the simplified daily interest formula, this will help you. So that is I equals PD R over 365. So this is what we're going to do. D is in days. So we say that there are 31 days in a month. So you're going to put in your principal, the days, and what our rate is. So it's $33.16. So she will be making a payment of $33.16 for March. So go ahead and get that note in your notes. Hit pause if you need to. All right. Now you should be able to do the lesson worksheet that is posted there. There probably is an answer key, and then we will go over the next part of the lesson on Friday. See you all later.